All right, everybody. Hello. Welcome to the show. We are here for episode 3 of Kingmaker Legacies. I'm super excited. Sneezing fits, though. Terrible. Oh, goodness. So how are we all doing tonight? We excited?
Allergies?
No?
I'm
just sneezing.
Oh.
super excited to kill you, yeah.
I'm not 100% convinced that we're all going to survive this encounter. Full transparency. You might.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
So, Travis, as usual, will be joining us a little bit later. Jason's going to handle him in the meantime. I will, in the meantime, pass the reins to our good old game master, Jason. Take it away. Where are we at?
So, last time, you guys managed to get partied up together in New Varnhold, setting out on a quest to go investigate a large orchard in the south of the Noman Highlands to find out exactly what had transpired. There were reports that had burned down, some weird walking flames and stuff like that. And the government really doesn't have the resources right now to send the people down to check. So some of you through coercion, others of you through promise of pay, have decided to band together, go down, travel, and see what's going on. So you made your way south along the main road. You passed through both the north and the south watchtower, causing a little bit of trouble at the south watchtower, until finally you came to the Leviton Orchard and started early in the day, rested just close by the night before. Made your way over the early day to find it just as ruined as it was described. Burned to the ground. Lots of buildings have fire damage. The orchard itself has extensive fire damage. But then you sort of started following some tracks and some trails. You realized there's a lot of small humanoid footprints around. And then you started tracking some larger humanoid footprints that you found, leading from the main house to the windmill. And upon entering the windmill, finding that it was a very large cider press and heading up the stairs to the top of the windmill to like an old storage area, you then found the remaining 2 bodies of the Leviton children. While inspecting them, Emrys got this cold chill that ran down her spine and took a peek over her shoulder to see in the shadows a woman standing there, dress torn and tattered, skin pale and graying, part of her flesh kind of slowly peeling off the left side of her face, her jaw hanging a little open agape, and her eyes a piercing red light. And then she let out a shrieking wail and started to rush forward. And that is where we left off. So, let's bring you guys here to the...
Did we roll initiative last time?
We did not. We rolled initiative earlier in the day.
Oh.
Earlier. So we will be rolling initiative now. So that is where we're going to start. Roll some initiatives. I will roll the links.
Oh, poop.
Come on, baby!
Poop.
Not bad, not
All
bad.
right. So, Emrys is on a 7. Rowan is on a 17. Tahani on a 6. Raspin on 11. And Billick on a 6 also. It's a +2. You are a +1. Alright, so he will go slightly before. Okay. that puts her up first, actually. All right.
We're gonna die.
So she lets out this horrible shriek. And moves forwards to use her long arm. That at the end of it, you can see where when she makes the swipe at you, that it looks like the flesh is beginning to peel off of her finger bones, making these wicked-looking claws. She goes to make a swipe at you. However, I believe that she misses. Let's see. Your armor class is a. She is swinging at Emrys.
Armor class is 18.
18. Yeah, she misses. Takes a swipe and her claws just rake against the front of your armor.
Next time, beach.
All right, Rowan.
I can't even see it. I don't know where it is.
It is dark up here. Oh, is that? Hold on. Let's fix that. There it is. Still hard to see.
Oh.
There we go. There we are. Okay. Yep. So spectral-ish.
Was that blob was supposed to be the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see if I can find a better token.
Looks like a spaceship.
This one'll work.
UFO.
There we go. That's better. All right.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Just a
Rowan.
phrase.
All right, can I want to take a hard look at it and try to figure out what exactly we're dealing with.
Okay, you may make a knowledge religion check.
All right, this is my straight roll on my character sheet.
Oh.
You're pretty sure it's some sort of undead, as you have heard tales of them. Things come back from the grave, but that's about it.
All right, well, I'll notch up an arrow and I'll let one loose. after I move a little bit.
Yep. There's a couple of crates and some barrels, and then there's the staircase headed down.
Yeah, there.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. No. Here. That's the one. And I'll make a
Right.
shot.
Yep.
Just a bit outside.
Yep. It goes a little bit wide. All right.
We're in close quarters.
Yeah, it's hard to shoot an arrow through all of you guys standing there in front, in between them.
And
Okay.
yet I didn't hit any of you. So,
Yep.
Appreciate that.
All right, Raspin, you are up next.
I guess we'll start with trying to find out if I know what this is.
Go ahead and make a knowledge religion check.
Nope.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you same thing. You can tell it's an undead of some kind.
All right. We are going to try to reach up and touch Emrys on the shoulder and give her a bit of luck, and then run away.
Run away! What does that do for me? I don't know.
For the next round, anytime the target rolls a d20, they may roll twice and take the more favorable result.
Oh, cool.
So, Jason, one thing that's not clear to me is if that means one time in the next round or any time in the next, or any number of times in the next round.
Just one time.
Okay.
And she gets to choose which one.
All right. The phrasing there is not super clear with that.
Yep.
That makes much more sense than anything else.
Okay, so that was Raspin go. So, Emrys, you feel just a little bit more lucky.
I'm
And
always lucky.
it's your turn.
Oh, cool. Can I make like a general intelligence check? 'Cause
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't have
let you
any-
make a
I don't
general
have any
intelligence
knowledge of-
check. Yep.
I probably will not get it. No, I don't know what it is.
You're relatively sure that it's
This is sad.
it's gross and disgusting. That's what you're sure of. Her flesh should not be peeling off of her face like that. That's not.
I don't have some familiar knowledge from past experiences.
Nope.
Damn it. Not gonna give it to me, Jason.
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna hit it then.
Okay.
Let's see. I'll just do.
Would you like to get your double roll that Raspin gave to you? Would you like that, or do you want to save it? You can save it if you have to make some sort of save or something. Or you can use it on your attack roll. Up to you. You have to choose before you make the roll.
So it's any D20 thing? It's not
Any
just...
D20 roll. Not just an attack roll. It can be any D20 roll.
Okay, then I'm gonna save it for a save.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit this thing.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. 14. So you roll and you go and you make your swing, and it kind of just at the very last second backs up and just
Stupid undead. Come on,
right in front of
You
it.
could be lucky.
dude.
Could have been
I
lucky.
know what my
Chose to be
saves are. If
so,
this thing
chose
does
to be
something
lucky
to
for
me,
something else.
you all are dead. Okay.
All right. Willick's turn. Yeah. Ah! What is that?
The interpretation is spot on.
Not sure if Willick is brave enough to go and attack it.
Is he a
think he will.
tender?
No, I think he will. Unfortunately, he swings and misses. Tahani.
I'm gonna go up to it
Mhm.
and attack.
With what?
Fury of Blows. There it is.
Oh. Let's see. So the first one will hit, dealing 6 points of bludgeoning damage, but the second flurry attack misses.
You use one of your things.
Can I use Fist of the Sun?
Oh, I have to remember how I worded these things for you. Honey.
It says fort save DC or damaged target becomes blind for 1 minute.
Yep. Okay. So if you would like to use that, since you've damaged it,
Yes.
it will just have to make a fortitude save. The DC is 13. If it fails, it'll be blind for a minute. It passes, however.
No.
So you hit it, and it kind of it's dazed a little bit, but the flash of light that suddenly explodes from your fist when you punch it does not blind it.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Okay. Back to the top with this thing. Oh, now it's got 3 targets. However, one of you just did successfully attack.
Oh, goody.
So she will take a swing at Tahani. Your AC is a 14, if I'm right. Is that right?
Yes, 14.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, she will indeed hit.
Oh, goody.
Okay, so she is going to deal. So you take 2 points of negative energy damage, and you also need to make fortitude save.
No, it should go to 8.
No, because we rested.
Oh, we did rest?
You guys rested the night before.
Since you last took damage.
Okay.
Oh, and you saved just fine. I
Okay.
feel like when she hits you, like this weird creeping chill kind of spread through your chest a little bit, but you managed to shrug it off. All right, Rowan, buddy.
All right, I'm gonna fire again with my longbow.
Okay. Well, very good at shooting the ceiling.
I can't buy a roll.
You're very good at not hitting your friends.
Yeah.
The ceiling needed some more decorations.
I'm also gonna take a minute, look over at Rasmus, just shake my head and say, "You got any tricks in your sleeve there?" And that's it.
Okay. Raspin, you're up.
Going to run this way and give my friend Tahani a bit of luck, and then head over here and hide behind some barrels.
Rowan.
Okay. You'll be stuck here because this is not 5th edition.
Okay.
Yep. You get to move and then take your action. Or take your action and then move. So you'll be right there. Unless you don't want to do that.
Nope, that's fine.
Okay. All right. Emrys.
Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna hit it. I'm not
Okay.
gonna do my luck thing. Oh, tell me that has to hit.
That hits. Yes, you
Okay.
connect with a massive solid blow square to her chest, which actually caves in.
Thank you.
But somehow she still seems to be moving, which is obviously unnatural.
Obviously.
Willix go. Willix screeches with either rage or fear. You guys are not sure which, and takes a swing at her.
Noise.
Well, it hits, but it does not confirm the critical. So,
Oh yeah, I forgot. Stupid undead.
yep. But still deals 10 points of damage to her. He just cocks back and just powers through with a punch to the side of her head. Okay. Tahani.
Let us do an unarmed attack.
That hits for another 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Kind of a slightly glancing blow off her shoulder, but still manages to connect. Alright. Back to her go. Well. Emrys dealt the most damage, so we will take a swing at Emrys with her claw. That will connect.
Beach.
Emrys, you take 3 points of negative energy damage. And you need to make a fortitude save.
I'm doing my roll thing, my luck thing.
Oh, okay.
So did I just roll twice?
Yep, yeah, just roll twice, and whichever one's the higher
So
is
I click
what
the
we'll
button
use.
twice?
Yep.
I would like to take the 10, which is not going to work.
Okay, so you feel this like chill, like she catches you kind of just grazes your neck a little bit. You feel this chill crawl down into your chest cavity, and it's hard to breathe, and it's hard to move. You just feel a little sluggish.
Rude.
So, it's -2 to your dex.
What?
Yep.
Forever?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
We'll find out. I mean, I know, but you don't know.
Well, player Danielle wants to know.
Rowan.
I'm gonna shake my head again and just, oh please, please, just this once. Worst bod ever. Done.
Okay. What is done? Raspin.
I'm going to clutch the crystal die around my neck and channel positive energy.
Okay. So are you channeling it to heal or to damage undead?
I'm going to channel to heal.
Okay. So go ahead and roll the...
1.
Okay, everybody gets back a hit point.
Yay!
Alright. Are you gonna still stand there? Are you gonna move?
I'm going to take another step this way and hide behind the barrel.
Can you increase the...
So you duck behind
Oh,
barrels there. Right. Emrys,
Yes.
it is your turn.
Wait, did I get skipped?
Yeah.
No, you're
No.
after.
Oh.
Oh, I'm after. Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna hit it again.
Okay.
Oh, she did the fortitude, so that's what it was.
Emrys brings the hammer back, and just this straight sort of upswing right, and catches her right in the where you had caved in her chest a little bit, and lift her up off the ground, straight up into a wooden beam that's overhead. And you just hear this sickening crack. It just smashes her bones in her entire midsection completely, including the spine. And when she drops to the floor, she ceases to move.
Fine. Yeah.
What was that?
That was an undead.
I'd heard stories. I'd never seen anything like that. Are you all right?
I feel weird.
Can
I can't
can I take a look at the wound and see if I can figure out if it's festering or disease or what?
Do I have a wound?
You have like the scratch on your neck where she
Okay,
just barely
okay.
grazed you.
All right.
And there's this weird kind of black mark that goes down in beneath your clothing and in behind your breastplate.
Yeah. I think I need a priest or something. Exorcist.
You can make anybody with heal can make a heal check. Oh, you did. Sorry. All right. You know, Raspin doesn't know. He's like, oh, that looks real bad. You're gonna die.
Best of luck. It was nice knowing you.
It's okay. I've died multiple
You know,
times.
like Rowan is pretty sure that while it doesn't look good, it also he doesn't think it's gonna. It's not. It doesn't look like it's gonna be permanent. It looks like something that your body can naturally kind of fight off. Some
Okay.
rest. Yep. All right. So for Willick, who just joined us, you guys managed to take down the sort of undead lady that appeared at the end of last game.
You did real good, kid.
You did. You punched her
Yep.
once. You screamed. You weren't sure if it was in anger or fear, but probably both. Probably. Yep. That was what we went with. So, all right. So you guys have just felled her. You guys have now looked into Emrys's wound to make sure that it's nothing serious.
Can I look at the bodies of the kids to try to determine if this thing was the one that did them in?
You can if you have the heal skill, yeah. Or technically anybody with heal can do it. Anybody who has the heal skill.
Nope, no idea.
There's a lot of wounds. So
Raspin's got this one.
Raspin's got this one. So while there are some like bite marks on them that looks like they're probably from whatever this thing is, jaws. However, the sort of slashes on the children themselves are about the same as the bodies that were back at the manor. So some kind of bladed weapon
Okay,
was
so
used
they
to
were killed
actually
with
kill
the...
them. with a bladed weapon. The bites appear to be post-mortem over the last week or two.
Okay.
So this thing has been wandering around for at least a week, trying to eat whatever was left behind.
Is this
That's astute.
one of them?
What do you mean, one of them?
Was this the woman that we saw in the picture?
Probably.
Turned?
It does seem to have a striking resemblance to the sort of mother figure that you saw in the painting.
Ooh. The mother ate her own children.
Same hair,
So-
same general body build and stuff.
What do we know that can turn the dead into something like this? I'd never seen that before.
Have you heard any stories about it?
Yep, you guys can make further knowledge religion checks. Go ahead and make more. Another set.
I mean,
There we
I'd
go.
obviously heard stories.
Don't
You know,
have that.
Oh,
generally it's
yeah. So
some-
you both
it's
kind of
some,
come
like, real
across it at the
dark
same
magic.
time. You know, Rowan remembers hearing a story about this type of thing happening before. Raspin remembers kind of, reading it in through passing in books and stuff, where sometimes when a person dies through like terrible circumstances, like severe trauma happens to them during their death, they come back as what is known as a wraith.
I see. So she probably died with her kids and came back to try to protect the bodies, or came back with something else. Jeez.
And then ate the bodies.
I mean,
Well, undead eat bodies.
Yep. Undead need to subsist by consuming some sort of life force.
is there a window in here?
There is, but it is like old and kind of shuttered right now.
All right.
So
Hey,
the one source of light that you guys have in here is a light spell from somebody that was cast.
Willa,
last
can
time.
you help me open this things up?
Indubitably.
Thank you.
So Willa, go ahead and roll a strength check. Without issue, Willick just kind of slams the shutters and they just fly open. The nails holding them in, not even really doing anything against him. So opens up and lets sunlight in.
Oops.
No, my boy, that was perfect.
So some of the sunlight hits the body of this woman, and like where the sunlight hits turns black, ashen.
All right, let's move that body into the light. There's no
That's a
sense-
little bit terrifying.
fair.
I helped move the body into the light.
Okay, so you guys move the body into the sunlight, and it slowly just sort of weirdly decomposes into dust, and then is gone. Just the clothes and stuff remain.
That's better.
It still doesn't tell us what happened here, though.
I mean, if we put it all together, we got some group came in here and obviously started to kill all the family for some reason. We could tell it was all blades, right? Like somebody came in here with the intent to do nasty things. And they obviously succeeded. It seems like they killed the brother and the two brothers, I guess they were, right? If my memory serves.
Was it
the
brother
son,
and
the
a-
son and the dad. They killed killed the men in the house, and then down here is the mom took her kids, ran in here, and obviously they found them here too. And then whatever it was grabbed a hold of that mom and turned it into whatever. I think we got two separate questions here that need answering.
Well, when you guys sort of got to look at the mother's body before dragging it into the sunlight, you also noticed that there were similar wounds on her to the slashes and stuff that the kids had, the both the children and the men back at the manor house had suffered.
So with our religion rolls, would that tell us that would we be able to accurately discern whether it was really just the power of the mother's spirit that brought her back, that brought the
Correct.
daughter back?
It does not seem that there's nothing between the men's bodies and the children's bodies that's different in how they died from the mothers. There's no sort of any other markings. There's no like discernible spell components or like anything like that nearby that would give you the sense that this is some sort of like necromancy that was used to bring her back. So much as the stories of just traumatic events happening while somebody dying, just bringing them back as an undead. That definitely
I think
seems
that
like
comes
it
from
more.
owning sword.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, she, from what you guys can tell, you guys can also tell that it looks like her children died before she did.
She had to watch the little ones die.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Did it look like they were killed well before her?
So what you notice is that there are some going back and looking over going downstairs and then coming upstairs and stuff. You notice that there's actually like there's some trail of blood going up slowly, and it looks like the children were probably killed downstairs and then brought upstairs.
Okay. So it wasn't like they were killed and a week later she was killed.
No, they were killed around the same time. It's just
Okay.
the children died first.
All right. So we should take a look.
This is messed up.
This is messed up. I agree. Willick, you got that right. I think we need to look around and see if we can find any clues as to who it was that was here that did this. And then at that point we should probably take these young'un and bury them out back.
I will take the two bodies and bring them downstairs and outside to bury.
All right. I'm gonna
I'll help. I'm good at digging. Oh,
Perfect. All those times in the slave pens, huh?
manual labor feels like home.
All right. I'm going to take a few minutes and look around, see if I can find some clues.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check. Okay. You don't find anything too out of the ordinary in the windmill. Again, you find the kind of trail of blood. You find essentially where the children were killed downstairs. Towards the base of the stairs, looks like they were trying to get up the stairs when they were killed.
All right.
And then you can tell that there was definitely a scuffle on the stairs, and then up the stairs, there's like where you find where the mother was killed. But other than that, like you don't really find anything left. But you find some like scraps and pieces of cloth, but it all looks like it belongs to either her or the children.
All right. No more leads here. All right.
We haven't looked in 6 yet, right?
That's
Correct. So you guys have currently explored. Let's see. Where's my little pointy tool? The manor house. You guys have explored the sort of stable yard where you found all of the horses, unfortunately butchered and kind of maimed and slaughtered in the yard here. 3 was where you guys found the cart that could actually be pulled by horses. There was 1 cart, a little bit scorched, but is actually usable. 4 was food storage. That was partially burnt with the lock on the front door like busted open with a small hole that Emrys went and checked out. It looks like it was a food storage area that had been completely ransacked. The barrels had been smashed inside, and nothing really in there. Of course, all throughout this area, you guys have found sets of small humanoid footprints, not just those of like the human children that you were tracking, but some other small humanoid footprints kind of all about. And that's the areas that you guys have searched so far. There's still over here, there's still 6 and 7, and then of course the orchard itself.
All right. Well, if we're all done in the windmill, I guess we should head over to the last building.
Sounds good.
We'll go check it out.
Okay. So you guys go to number 6. Okay. You guys can search around. Getting there, this looks like it was a pig pen and chicken coop. The building itself was already kind of, not ramshackle, but it was sort of like loosely put together. It's nothing like super sturdy or strong or anything. But you can tell that the pigs and the chickens that are in here are just gone. However, there is some there's feathers kind of everywhere. There's blood mixed with the mud on the ground. Every once in a while you can find like a pig's foot or a snout or like a piece of a chicken that's kind of left behind. But it definitely looks like all the animals that were in here were slaughtered. Now, it's not like the horses where they were just completely left behind after they were slaughtered. They're just gone. Okay. But you can roll, whoever wants to kind of roll the search for this area, can go ahead and roll a perception check.
So wasn't there another person in the photo, like a teenager?
There is a teenage female.
So we haven't found her yet.
I rolled a natural 20 on the
Yep. Yeah, so you and Emrys both find it, like, looking around. You guys kind of come across it at the same point in time. There is an object here that doesn't kind of mesh with the rest of the farm. At first, you kind of just, kind of glance past it as you go, and you come back to it. Because at first, you just assume that it's, like, a cleaver that was used for the slaughter, just like a meat cleaver. But when you look at it, the make on it is horrendous. Almost like somebody took just a flat piece of metal and just banged it until it was sharp. So it's very crude, and then it has just like another piece of metal that's coming off that's just kind of wrapped in really, really dirty, gross, old, like twine, a little bit of rope and some cloth that's really dirty and gross.
Can I? I feel like this is goblins. I feel like it's goblins. Is there any way that I can try to correlate some of this
Does
data?
anybody have knowledge dungeoneering? That's what
knowledge, period.
That's why when you were gone, I went and looked at your sheet. It's a knowledge check to the undead was. It's like, nope. Willick doesn't even know what undead is.
Yeah.
Some lady with
It's
skin
like they're
falling
dead
off her.
but still walking around.
Yeah, some lady with skin falling off of her face.
Can I roll it untrained?
Allergic to the sun.
No, knowledge you cannot roll untrained.
I'll give you an intelligence
You
check.
can just give me an intelligence check. I mean, if you had to guess, it's some sort of crude weapon. It could be goblin, it could be orc, it could be gnoll. I mean, but it could even be maybe some sort of wild human or something. But it's small sized, not made for a human or for a medium person. So it is smaller in stature. Again, so it could be any sort of like wild humanoid, but definitely probably not human.
All right. What do you think, Emrys? You're probably more versed in weapons than I am.
Can I roll for something?
I guess you can roll an intelligence check.
That's actually not bad for my.
So, I mean, you come kind of up to the same thing that Rowan did. It's probably some sort of savage humanoid that created it. After
The
that,
goblins. I'm gonna.
you're gonna go. You're gonna
You're confer it's goblins. I'm feeling.
Yes.
I'm feeling it's goblins. It smells like goblins. All
So
right.
goblins.
Can we confirm that this weapon is what killed
Oh, actually,
the family?
there is a gnome amongst you, right?
Aye.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's goblins. But goblins.
If I remember correctly,
You have something with goblins.
I believe
the
so.
giants.
I know giants. I know you have a bonus to like things against hatred.
Hatred.
Yep,
Yeah.
you have hatred for them. Yep, that is true. Okay, so Raspin, give me an intelligence check.
no.
Okay. Given your, I mean, you grew up more in the city per se, not really a gnomish, but you still interacted with a gnome community for overall, and you guys don't like goblins. This is probably the work of goblins. What really tips it off is the slaughter of the horses and just left behind.
They don't like horses.
They do not. Goblins do not like horses.
They're just jealous because they can't ride them.
They don't like horses and dogs.
So evil.
They ever tried?
The other thing is that you also know that goblins have a weird affinity for fire.
Hmm.
You be goblins, you be food.
So,
Do they tend to take prisoners?
not typically. That's a little more organized than what a goblin could probably put
They're
together.
not smart enough.
All right, so she could still be on the property.
We
Potentially.
might have found a good place to hide, or we might not have found her yet.
All right, let's head on out to that last section before we start breaking off into teams
right.
and try to take care of that orchard. It's huge.
So, 7. It looks like another kind of growing area. Looks like some fields and stuff. Looks like this is where they grew their own wheat. Some of their own sort of like vegetable garden, large vegetable garden is down here. Stuff that they were basically growing to feed themselves or the animals that they actually had on the farm. However, it is trampled, it is singed, and it looks like a lot of things either pissed and or shat all in this area because it smells horrible.
Well then,
Is there any way through all this mess we could try to figure out how many we're dealing with in here?
Give me a survival check.
ratio of feces to goblin.
Between the footprints and everything else?
Between the footprints and like that what you have just found, you could tell that it's a fair number. However, like it looks like they've just been using this as a general bathroom for some time. The other thing is that it wasn't that stuff that's here. Not all of it is 2 weeks old. There's some as fresh as just a few days ago.
So, it looks like they were here for a while. Whatever they did here took them at least a couple weeks.
Or do you think they're coming back to this place?
I don't know, the last one's a couple days old. Can we see from here the orchard? It just looks burned down, like all of it just burned.
Yeah, it looks like from what you can tell, the trees look weird, like twisted and burned and blackened. But the orchard goes further back than what you can just see. As it is, it is a hilly area, so the orchard kind of rolls back into the hills a little bit.
All right. Well, I think we've learned
Any-
about. Go ahead.
Anyone want to gander, take a stroll down to the end of the orchard?
Absolutely.
That's probably our next.
Okay.
Our next step.
Y'all
All
read
right.
my mind.
So you guys go to the end of the orchard. So I'm guessing you guys kind of just go to like sort of this general area in here, like the beginning part.
Yeah, I think we
Kind of just to
I think
see
we
what's going on.
Head to the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, like here, just to see. Are you guys gonna like walk further into the orchard? Or are you just stopping at the edge first?
I was thinking almost walk the perimeter.
Like go
I-
all the way around?
Yeah.
I wanna go
I'm
in.
feeling more like walking to that middle there. Yep, right there,
Okay.
and then just taking a stroll.
All right. I'm down for that.
So you guys start walking into the orchard. So as you go, it looks like through the first like good, these aren't actually individual trees, just more for the map. for the first, sort of 50, 60 feet of orchard, those trees are completely black and burnt. As you start getting further into the orchard, some of them are like partially burnt. All of them have at least some amount of evidence of like scarring and stuff and destruction to them. But there are there are some that are not, that are like sort of barely touched. Looks like it's kind of like the fire from the tree next to it is what hurt it more as it being on fire itself.
Well, while we're walking, I'm gonna try to keep an eye on the ground and try to keep an eye out for tracks.
Yeah, go ahead and make another survival check while you're strolling around through the orchard. Okay. So the other thing you notice is that it doesn't look like the scorch marks on the trees are all of the same age. Like the ones towards the farm all look kind of like all of those were burned generally around the same time, and they're older. But through here you find some trees and stuff that look like they're burned more recently. And the other thing that you can tell is like the way these are twisted and blackened, and like the scorch marks on the ground around them. Whatever was burning them burned them very quickly and at a very intense heat.
Trees don't normally go up like this. Not by
What do you
regular
mean?
means. Well, you see how it's really black here? And there's extra twist and all in the branches? That generally means it's because it burned extra hot really fast. I have to imagine that this is some sort of magical to-do, or I know we checked for some of that back in the houses. But this feels different.
Could be a dragon.
I mean, crazier things I've seen.
Should one of us check for magic?
I mean, I don't know if there would be any now. Is there any fruit still on any of the trees as we get further away from the house?
So as you get further away from the house, it looks like for the most part had actually already been fairly picked over, because it was harvest season. Which it appears to be what was mostly in number 4, the storehouse. Looks kind of like their harvest had been mostly kept there, and then the barrels and stuff were smashed, and most of the harvest is now gone, or destroyed. You can find an apple here or there, kind of just laying on the, typically like partially crushed. Some of them, and then the ones that aren't, you pick up and they're really soft and kind of gross because they've been sitting there for a bit. The trees that are kind of mostly intact still, you can kind of spy a piece of fruit here and there up in the tree still, if you really wanted to go climbing to get to it. But those are way further up and higher in the branches. Like anything, there's nothing low to the ground within easy picking range. Okay. So you guys are going to continue strolling in through the orchard? Okay.
Yep.
So as you guys get deeper, roll me some perception checks. So, Raspin, as you guys are walking along and headed further deeper into the orchards, you guys, well, I should say Raspin, Tahani, and Rowan at this point all hear it. You guys can tell that there's something going on further into some kind of commotion ahead of you, probably about 60 feet. It sounds kind of like laughter, stuff getting smashed, like a general ruckus almost.
Can we determine if it's human laughter?
Still too far away to really tell. I mean, it's not like extremely loud. It's just like a laugh in the air, like a crash. You guys are just now kind of hearing this. Raspin, the other thing that you notice, the other thing that you hear is what sounds like kind of like that sort of cracking, licking a flame on wood.
There's a fire nearby. I think there are some of the goblins here, or whatever it is. I think we've sort of decided it's goblins, but
Well, why don't we go check it out?
is there anyone here who thinks they could sneak up and get a peek?
Hmm.
I'll try.
I'm not very good at being quiet.
I can try.
Who's feeling lucky?
That would be you, sir.
You may be our best candidate.
All right. I will give myself a bit of luck and try to sneak off and get a peek.
Okay, so use a bit of luck on yourself, and then are you going to use the right away? Your
I
stealth
am
check?
going to use that to try to sneak up on them because I am not good at that.
Okay.
You're tiny. How are you not good at that?
That's pretty good.
Okay, so as you sneak forward, we will shift to here. Alright, so currently Raspin is the only person to really see this. Raspin, you're kind of creeping through the trees here. So what you come up on is a group of short green creatures, kind of wearing some cloths and maybe some leathers here and there, carrying these kind of weird, gross-looking bladed weapons. A couple of them one appears to be carrying a bow, another one kind of a crude crossbow. But they appear to be kind of smashing what looks to be like barrels and stuff that are currently sitting. Looks like they're probably barrels that were used by the family when they were picking the apples off the tree at every so often down the line. They kind of fill with the apples and then take back to the farm while they were harvesting their kind of fruit. But that's what the goblins are now kind of smashing them. They're picking up apples and throwing them at each other. And then kind of further behind them, off to the side, you see a tree that appears to be on fire.
So goblins.
It's actually just off the map.
Okay.
But none of them appear to have noticed you.
Okay. Having spotted them, it looks like there's just the 6 of them.
Correct.
All right, I'm gonna head back.
Okay. Go ahead and... I guess I won't make you roll me a return stealth check. It's fine. Just creep slowly back to the party. Picking your way through, making sure not to step on any, twisted tree branches or anything that's on the ground. Nothing to disturb, make any noise. Slowly make your way back to the party.
Well, it's goblins.
Hmm.
There's about 6 of them making a mess of things. Just over there.
I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna look at Amherst and I'll be like, goblins. Goblins.
So, would I have any idea if a group of goblins this size is typical, or if we might think that there's more of them and this is just what's left?
Honestly, you really don't have any idea.
Okay.
I mean, goblin clans can kind of really vary in range of how many there are.
So I am more than happy to back you guys up if you just want to roll in and murder some goblins. There is no love lost between my family and goblins. But I don't know if there's more of them.
Well, I mean, goblins aren't that strong, right? The little wee folk.
Well,
No, we can smash them.
I guess I'm thinking less that we might be outnumbered and more we might be able to follow them back and get at more of them if they are hiding out somewhere around here.
Well,
We could also always just get rid of these guys and then hang out here for a day or two and see if any more show up.
I mean, we could potentially just leave one, right?
And the one will run back home.
Oh no, we'll tie him up and ask him
Could
some
follow
questions. Does anyone know how to speak to goblins? No. All right.
No.
So we can't let them leave. They're all gonna have to go. For what they did to that family, they're gonna have to go. Can we all agree to that?
Yeah, I think we're overestimating their civilization skills.
No objections.
All right. Well then, let's what? How far away do I have to be able to see these goblins?
You would have to get to essentially the edge of the map where I kind of have you guys laid out. To start with.
All right.
That's where you can kind of start to see them through the trees, and as much as I kind of drew it straight, they do kind of crouch just a little bit and all like that, So from now is like at this point is where you would actually start to be able to see them.
All right. Well, I should be able to hit them from back here. So why don't you guys start positioning yourselves, and then when you're ready, give me the signal, and I'll set loose some arrows. Hopefully some of them find a home.
All right.
All right, I'll go first.
How close can we get without the goblins noticing us?
How stealthy are you feeling?
I'm pretty good at snaking.
All right.
Okay. So are you guys trying to like sneak forward to be able to get into position to kind of spring on them from melee? Is that what you wonderful melee people are setting out to
Yes.
do?
I'm not
Right.
sneaky. Like,
I-
this is not gonna work. I should just walk up and you guys can just come in from behind. I'm just putting that out there.
I think that's a hell of an idea. I think if you
All right.
you two big folk, you walk side by side, and then the more slender can follow in behind, and then just jump out like multiply. I think that's a great idea.
I'm down.
Now here's my
I'm pretty
question.
good at just running into.
Right. So here's my question. Am I able to see, since these trees are all burned up, are they all burned up and destroyed, or are they present?
They are all of the ones in this area now appear to have been burned and destroyed.
All right. So I shouldn't
good,
have
so
any
graces.
difficulty hitting, say, through shooting an arrow through
Correct.
this
No,
batch?
this is not hard cover or anything like that. At most, it would be soft cover.
All right.
And that would only work if they're hiding directly, like on the tree stump or
All right.
anything like that. Yeah, for the most part, you can shoot through here without it.
I'm ready
The
with
only
y'all.
thing that would, there is currently a couple barrels here that would
Yeah.
provide cover if they were to hide behind those.
That's fine.
That's the only thing that you see while approaching that would offer them any sort of real protection.
All right.
Now, you do all notice as you've gotten closer that there is a tree back here just off the map that is currently on fire.
Okay.
Well, if we can get rid of these goblins, we can put that tree out.
Okay. So, Emerson, you just strolling on up?
Yeah.
You walk up one aisle and I'll walk up the other.
I'm gonna hold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold a shot until I can see that they notice, and then I'm gonna let one loose.
Okay. So, you guys can
I'm
go
like-
ahead and position yourselves onto whichever section you want to walk up, I guess, if you're going to walk sort of
Oh.
different aisles.
Okay.
Which aisle are you gonna go up?
I think y'all should just gotta walk up together, pick a lane, and
Can you,
go.
can you move my person? It's not
Yeah,
working.
do you not? Okay, hold on, let me. Oh, that'd be why. There we go. Can you move it now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
How far can I move? 30? Ooh, there's circles now.
Okay. So you guys begin to kind of stroll on up. And let's see.
We're slow motion too. Like
just
you know.
just strolling up, just like as if you're just taking a woods, right? Okay. So they definitely just kind of spot Emrys and Willick just kind of walking up as they hear Emrys kind of clanking along, not really giving a fuck. And yeah,
So as soon as they notice, as soon as they turn to notice, I'm going to take a shot.
Loose a shot.
Alright.
Who would you go ahead and just sort of indicate which one?
What do they got here? One of them's got a long distance something.
So there are two. There's one over here that has a crossbow, and then there's one over here that has a short bow. It looks like. Spear and another short bow. Oh wait, no. So here's a short bow guy. This is a dude with a club.
All right.
So melee, ranged, melee maybe ranged, melee ranged.
I'll take a shot at this one here.
Okay. So crossbow.
How's an 11 look?
Let's see. 11, flat-footed. Will hit.
Yes.
Yay!
First blood is mine.
It takes 6 points of damage and actually keels over.
Nice.
Ugh.
I told you they were little.
So
easy to smash.
they all kind of this one lets out a shriek, and now they are all definitely alert. And we will roll initiatives.
Initiative.
Okay, so an 8 for Rowan, 14 for Emrys. Ow, Willick with the
Horse is
22.
not like goblins.
I'm anxious to spill some blood.
Yeah, he knows they killed the kids. He's not happy about that. That's just wrong. Okay. Willick, you are up first.
I am. So I can make the full move and full attack, right?
Yep. So you make a full move and then make your one attack action. So your speed, I believe, is 30, so you can move 30 feet and then make an attack. You want to roll the unarmed thing and attacks, not the melee button. Yeah, I mean, your unarmed attack is the exact same as sort of hammer, so you can use it. Just tell me you're swinging the hammer or if you're punching. That's all.
Bring back my hammer.
Swing with your hammer. All right. You walk up to this goblin and you just whack.
Boom.
Connect straight on the side of its skull, and it just
You've
pops
been
over.
bad.
All right. Next up is actually the goblins. There, surprise. So we will go ahead and take this guy over here, this guy over here. All right, let's see who we have left. So this guy. Hello. Screeches and runs forward, swinging its little hooked goblin weapon. Willick, what is your armor class? I believe it's 12, 13, something like that. Okay. Goblin attack. Ooh. Okay. You take a whole 1 point of damage. It swings and gets kind of like on your sort of unarmored thigh there. You get like slight jagged cut from it as you kind of tower over this thing.
I'm going to kick you.
This guy pulls out his bow and releases a he's gonna shoot back over here. He shot his friend. He's got to shoot you back.
All right.
That's how this works. Rowan, what is your AC?
15, my friend.
Yep. So it goes slightly over your head. These two. All right. So this one will advance 5. So he gets to there. Oh, he can move one more.
Yes.
Rushes up on Emrys. Rah!
I love when they come to me.
So this one moves back to here. So he is this one over here in particular. Is carrying a torch with him that's lit. And he kind of starts shrieking in this terrible, like, whatever language it is they speak, you assume, and starts pointing this direction. And the flame on his torch grows slightly and then goes back down. And then you guys notice that the flame that was on the tree breaks off.
Okay.
Oh.
And takes a step forward. This kind of sort of walking embodiment of fire. It's all fire, very loosely humanoid-ish in shape. Moves forward off the tree.
Throw a canteen on it.
And that is the end of the goblin's turn. Emrys,
Yeah.
you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna smash the dude that's in front of me.
Okay.
Oh.
So you go to smash it, and you just... Oh, that's right. It's down farther.
Seriously?
These things are small.
That's poop.
Okay. Do you want to move? You're just going to stand there?
Just gonna stand there.
Raspin.
Alright, I can get to here. I'm gonna shriek back at this thing and try to mimic its sounds and then stab it.
Okay. You missed terribly, also.
This is not what I'm supposed to be doing.
No, you actually get a +1 to hit it because it's a goblinoid, but you still just... It's very obvious that you and your dagger, you probably don't use it that much.
It's for show.
Take a look. Okay. Rowan. So,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're gonna take another shot with your arrow.
Yeah, I got that walking flame thing. It feels so
Oh, yeah.
familiar.
Yep, there is definitely the walking piece of fire. So, I mean, what is it that you would like to do?
I gotta.
You gonna take a shot at a goblin? Do you want to shoot at the new weird fire thing?
I gotta take a shot at the goblin with the bow because it's the only thing that can hurt me right now. So I'm gonna
Okay.
take a shot at that.
So before you roll, you go to pull your bow back, and you have your arrow lined up. Just, slowly trying to find the goblin in your sights. And this purple and pink butterfly flies over and lands on the top of your bow as you're about to take your shot. And you feel this kind of surge of energy flow through your body. And you're looking at the goblin, and you're like, I know it was you and your ilk. that slaughtered that family. And you just focus on that. And you activate your judgment for the first time.
Ah! All right. Then I will. I just want to hit it. I just want to hit it. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. So your judgment at your level, I believe,
+1.
+1 to hit and damage.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think it's just a hit.
Is it just a hit?
It's my choice. It's just I'm going to hit.
Oh,
Yeah.
You're going to hit. Got
Yep.
it. Okay. So fire.
Yeah. So justice, which is fitting.
That arrow flies the most straight shot you've taken in a
Ever.
long time. Straight right in through. It goes right through the goblin's throat and out the back of it. And it just keels over.
I'll look
The
up.
butterfly just sits there, kind of.
I'll nod.
And then it just fades away.
And I'll notch another arrow.
Do we see this?
Probably not. Since I'm. Oh, you might.
I don't.
Honey.
Yeah.
Well, it is your turn. Because I'm assuming Raspin, you're not. Are you moving at all? You're
Nope.
just gonna take your shot.
Oh no, I'm good
I mean,
right here.
Rowan.
Yeah.
I meant Rowan.
Yeah.
Rowan, are you just standing there? Okay.
I'm good.
So Tahani,
Yep.
you watch as Rowan next to you goes and pulls his bow back and takes a little bit longer to aim, but then at the very last second, you see him kind of like his eyes narrow, his body and his posture straightens almost perfectly, and he just lets this perfect shot out. However, you do not see any sort of butterfly or anything.
Well then. Good shot.
Thank you. Let's take
But-
him down.
It's your turn, so what would you
All
like
right.
to do?
I will go over to this lane and get as far down as I can. Yeah.
Are you gonna move twice?
Yes.
Alright, so you can get right up to that one.
But I can't do anything once I get here.
I don't know if you can charge the thing.
Can I charge?
Through the line of trees, you cannot.
Okay.
Okay.
If it was straight down one of these pathways, or even kind of cutting through halfway like this, you could. But charging through this is just there's too many broken pieces of tree and rotten apple mush and stuff on the ground. It's just
Okay.
okay. So you just take your double move, and you're right in front of this goblin that is carrying the weird torch.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Back to the top of the round with Willick.
Is the one still right there in front of me that hit me?
Yep, the one that hit you is still standing there right to the left of you. Nope. Your swing is just you go and you take a step on that recently wounded leg, and you kind of jolt with the pain and hop a little too high, and your swing just goes a little wide.
Stop moving!
All right. Goblin's turn. Okay. Let's see. So, the one that Willick is fighting will take another swing and miss. This goblin has joined its friends over here.
They're having a tea party.
So the goblin on Emrys will make a swing at Emrys. And miss. And by miss, I mean he jabs forward with his little kind of spiky, weird thing and ping, right off your armor. I just love the look from Emrys. Like, yeah, goblin's not gonna hit me. All right, and now the one on standing in front of Tahani. So he takes the club in two hands and just swings it at you. Well, he will hit for a whole 3 points of damage. Well, it's two points of regular damage and
1 point of rusty nail damage.
and now this thing. What's its speed? Ooh, that is fast. It's probably gonna go there. Woof.
Goody.
Yep. So this, again, it's not large. It's not that big. Goblin. As it approaches and gets closer, you see it kind of has the same goblin-ish figure, like just the same sort of general build to the goblin. Just appears to be made out of fire, and then just slams both of its hands at you.
Ow.
Yep. However, it misses. Kind of just slams the ground, flames and stuff bursting out into the air. Okay. Emrys.
Yes.
It's your turn.
Trying to move. I'm just gonna hit it.
Okay.
But I'm doing like, you know, in Card Captors when she's like,
So you're gonna go with a down. Oh, jeez.
No.
Oh, what?
see, I have to do this. 'Cause I'm, you know.
Never
Luckily-
stop. Never do anything else. Never do anything else.
Oh, it hits, but it does not roll the confirmation to do
whatever.
crit. However, 12 points of damage is more than enough to eliminate this goblin that's standing in front of you.
Sweet.
Crushed it.
Yep. Splat. It's just a splat.
Goodbye.
Yep. He just didn't Gallagher it. That's all.
Go up to Honey.
Raspin.
I am just going to double move to here.
Okay. So Raspin gets closer. Rowan.
I'm gonna take a. Now that that shooting goblin's gone, I want to take a harder look at that thing.
Okay. Knowledge of the planes.
You can add 4 to that, maybe.
Yep. It's something made out of fire.
All right. All right. Well, I'm going to line up a shot, and I'm going to focus real hard and take it.
Okay.
Nope.
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 All right. Tahani.
All right. I'm going to swing at the goblin, not the fire thing.
Okay.
What?
Flurry of blows.
Okay. So the first one misses, but the second one does connect. Does not go down, but you punch it square in the chest, rocks it back a little bit. Okay. And I'm assuming that you're not going to move. You're just going to sit there.
Nope. Not moving.
All right. Willick.
Going to smash this thing again.
Okay. glances off the little bit of armor it is actually just like.
No.
That's not fair. I don't have armor.
Yep, you don't. All right, goblin and fire thingies go. So this goblin's gonna swing back at Willick again, and misses just as terribly as Willick misses it. All right, so the 2 on Tahani.
Yep.
So the goblin again goes to swing at you and misses.
Good.
The fire elemental. You will get to make an attack of opportunity. So leaves your threatened area and goes over towards Raspin.
No.
This plan's gone awry. All right. Yep. So it moves over. Tahani takes a swing at it, but it kind of just, moves out of her range. And it makes a swing at Raspin. Raspin, what is your armor class?
15.
15. Nope. You feel the heat wash over you as it kind of just swings, and it just goes a little bit wide and just passes right past your face, and you just to the point where you kind of have like a little bit of sweat now beading on your forehead, even though it's kind of a more cooler day today. Okay. Emrys.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Can I get up to next to Raspin?
Oh, let's see. You can't charge, but you should be, because your speed is 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get up there.
So to that spot?
Yep, yeah, you can get to either one of those is fine to stand in.
I'll do that.
Okay. There you go. You can go ahead and...
Okay. We're kind of in the fight. This thing's kind of pissing me off.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Well, let's do that. We're gonna do it.
You gonna rage?
Yeah.
Okay. 13. Will hit. Deals 17 points of damage.
Whoa.
You slam into this, and it's weird because it's made out of fire, so you don't expect much resistance. But you feel that you connect solidly with something in there. And there's just kind of this weird dispersion where like the fire flashes out, and this weird kind of like shadowy figure in the middle, and the fire comes back. But you lift this thing up off the ground with your blow, and then it lands again. It doesn't go down, but it definitely looks like it's severely wounded.
Cool.
Okay. That's gonna give us to Raspin.
I'm gonna take a 5-foot step this way. We're gonna try to panic stab it.
Okay. Well, you connect.
Yeah.
Somehow,
boy.
it's the sheer panic where you're just like, ugh. Get that
Tahani,
nice,
help me!
that nice straight thrust, and you feel that you connect with something.
I feel like he just stabbed its toe.
Tahani, I don't know what I'm doing.
You stab it, and then it
Help
kind
me.
of goes off to the right, and you pull your dagger back. You expected it to burn maybe a little bit, but it didn't. You got it like right in the perfect point to not be burned. But it is still up. All right, Rowan.
All right. I'm gonna try to. I suppose I can levy a shot at that goblin that Tahani's still occupied with.
Yep.
Maybe try to free her of her burden.
Okay.
+1.
So you're like, and at the very last second, you straighten up again and
Yeah.
fire,
Yeah.
and you just graze it. But you deal it just enough damage for it to fall over.
Nice.
Now, it does not appear to be dead yet, but it is definitely laying there unconscious.
All right.
Thank
And,
you.
I'll call out and be like, take care of that thing.
Tahani.
I turn my back on the
Goblin.
the goblin, and I run up and
Okay.
just fury blows this thing.
You know, flurry it. Okay. So go ahead and roll them. We're gonna add 2 to each because you blank.
Yep.
Well then. Tahani walks up and just, she sees the perfect moments through the flames to strike, and she also, it's that weird kind of black essence in the center, and there's this like swirl of fire and shadow, and then it just is gone.
Mm.
You have my back.
Of course I do.
Okay.
Willick, you done over there
Willick.
yet?
Willick, it is your turn.
Willick smash!
Willick does not smash.
Willick has not rolled over a 5.
It's been real bad.
Right?
It's been real bad for Willick
Real
tonight.
bad for Willick tonight.
All right, this goblin's go. Well,
Try to run away.
it literally just drops everything and then attempts to flee. So Willick, go ahead and make another swing.
This is where
That's
we're
your
going to get a really dirty critical.
Attack of opportunity.
Ah!
There we go.
There we go.
As it runs away, you just catch it right on the back of the skull, and you just kind of watch as the back of its head just kind of craters in from your hammer, and just falls over. Body spasming a little bit.
Finally stood still.
All right, and with that, we are now out of combat.
All right. I'm gonna.
Now, the one that's unconscious
It is now dead.
is not dead. Okay.
Yeah, it is now dead.
Bled out.
It did bleed out.
Okay.
Is there anything left of that fireball?
It does not look like it. There's some like scorch marks and stuff on the ground from where it hit, like the impact stuff. But as far as like any of it like being left over, like any sort of remains or anything like that, you see nothing.
Can I investigate the tree that was on fire?
Sure. Yep, you can go ahead and just move you on up towards the top of the map, and then go ahead and roll the perception check. Okay. All right, we'll get to that in a second. So while Tahani's off inspecting the tree, what is everybody else doing?
I am exhausted, so I'm
Here.
doing anything.
Yep. Like leaning on the
Checking myself for
hammer.
burns.
Yeah.
Yep. Raspin's like,
I'm
no, I'm
He's
okay.
counting his toes.
Luck shines on you, Raspin. Luck shines on you this day.
I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna make sure that everyone's okay. So I'm gonna check everyone out real quick for their injuries. See if everyone's all right.
For the most part, it looks like Rowan I think has a slight gash on him, nothing major. And then the only other person to take damage was Tahani. She got hit with a club and
Yeah.
yeah. So you kind of go ahead and just bandage her up a little bit. Bandage up the burn so it doesn't get any worse than what it is.
All right,
Doesn't really give any hit points back, but it's going to prevent it from getting worse.
that's fine.
Okay. So Tani's looking at the tree. Raspin, are you doing anything? Oh no, you. Emerus was exhausted. Willick, buddy, what are you doing while Tahani kind of looks at the tree? Anything?
I'm probably gonna go follow her.
Okay. So you follow her over, and she's looking at this tree. Now, it was on fire, but then you guys watched the fire move off of it, and now the tree is kind of half burnt and blackened like the other trees are. But you can see where it's kind of smoking still. But not really like, not like smoking like on fire still, but more like when you try to burn like a log that is still like has water inside of it, like the steam and stuff coming out the side of it. That's what
Yeah.
it's like.
Yeah.
Other than that, so Tahani, there's no real weird marks on the tree other than like the burn mark from where this whatever this fire thing was sitting on the tree. Is this weird black spot where you can see where it's like the moisture and stuff is being forced out of the tree because of the intense fire that was on it.
Huh.
Yeah, but when you compare it to the trees next to it and stuff, it looks like this is destroyed all of the orchard.
Wow.
It seems like it's also like potentially what set some of the fires back at the houses on some of them fire.
Mhm.
Others of them looked more like normal fire, so like maybe this was used to start a fire and then moved on. But it is this sort of same sort of black stain almost is present in specifically the manor house mostly. There's a couple weird black dark spots that you guys had identified earlier. This is where the fire started. We just don't know how. Now you guys kind of have an idea of maybe how those fires started.
Well, they're checking that out and everyone's alright. I'll try to loot the bodies and see if we can find any sign on them as to why these creatures might have done this.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a perception check. Okay, so you're looting the bodies. Alright. So, there's the torch that the one was holding, which the fire is now gone out on. Then there's a really crude crossbow, a really crude longbow, a spear, and then 2 dog slicers is what they're called. Sort of the bladed weapons that they were carrying.
Alright. I had the crossbow, 2 dog slices, and a longbow. Anything else?
2 and a spear, a short spear, and then the torch.
Alright.
Otherwise, each of them has a set of leather armor for a small creature.
Alright.
They're disgusting, and I wouldn't recommend wearing them.
But
They smell terrible. They smell terrible. Otherwise, you find 4 silver and 7 copper and 1 gold piece amongst all of them combined.
1 gold, 4 silver.
And 4 silver, 7 copper.
7 copper pieces. Alright.
Yeah. Amongst all of them. Other weird things like buttons, like a couple buttons. One of them has like a silver spoon. It looks like little bits and baubles and stuff that they probably took from the farm, the manor house and stuff themselves. The other thing that you find while searching the body is that each of these goblins has a brand on them. Yep. Now they're not all in the same area. They're kind of just on they're on a body part that is typically visible. It looks like, now that you're up close and stuff, like you can't really tell from far away because it's mottled and goblins look gross and nasty anyway. But as you're up close, you can definitely tell that there is definitely a brand. Most of them are on the arms. Some of them are on like a chest. One of them's on the chest. There's another one's on a thigh. But they all have this brand.
What does it look like?
So the brand is very crude. So it just kind of looks like this sort of triangle shape with what appears to be what you can only assume is like fire. It's kind of like this weird, sort of like the light on a candle, that kind of shape is on the top of this triangle.
Like a teardrop shape.
Sort of like a teardrop shape.
Sitting on top of the triangle.
But more sitting on top. So there's the triangle and the shape right kind of sitting above it.
All right.
The top of the triangle and the bottom of the little bit of fire touching.
That is curious. That tells me that these goblins were a little bit more organized, perhaps, than your typical variety.
Maybe that's why they were going after such large lands.
Yeah, and whatever that fire was obviously really enjoyed itself in here.
Do you think the family could have been set up? That someone hired these goblins to take them out?
I mean, we don't have any proof of that, but we don't have proof of the contrary neither.
Yeah. I'm still worried about the girl, whoever she is.
I agree. Maybe we should still finish our way all the way to the outside of the orchard. Maybe we can see if she got away somehow.
Sounds good.
So you guys continue on.
Can we check the barrels here before we go quick?
Sure. I mean, so some of the barrels still have some fruit and stuff in them. If you take your time kind of digging, you can find a couple, probably about a good dozen good apples still that are kind of buried more towards the center and away from the rest on the outsides that would have gotten gross and nasty first.
Alright. But no small girls hiding inside of a basket.
Nobody hiding anything inside of them. No, nothing like leftover.
Leave no bucket.
Harvest.
Leave no bucket unturned. I always say.
Okay, so you guys can continue on through the orchard. As you go, Rowan, you can go ahead and make survival check. Anybody that has survival checks, if they would like to.
Survive.
You don't have anything.
Huh.
I don't believe I have anything either.
World survival. I got a 13. I can't see shit. Down under my feet.
Well, you can tell as you go through the orchard, there's less and less trees in the back that are burned as you go further back.
Okay.
However, what this means is that there's less scorched ground and there's more soft to follow. So what you find is more tracks. More specifically, more small humanoid tracks. And a fair amount of them leading kind of in and out of the orchard, especially once you do finally reach the border of the orchard. However, there are some more, like trees and stuff here there's more burned trees on the back end than there were that you have passed. But, like I said, you can tell that there's a lot of sort of these footprints leaving the orchard and heading further down south and kind of into the hill and then up into the sort of rocky mountain region behind.
Is it only the smaller feet, or is there any others?
Now that you guys are actually at the back end of you can make another survival check.
Nice.
Keep rolling horribly.
Okay.
Says
So,
the Goblin
Rowan.
Crusher.
They're dead.
So, as you get back, Rowan, you notice there's an area that kind of is, you're like, you pass it and you kind of look and you're like, man, there's apparently. And you go back to this one area and you notice that it looks like it's another pair of tracks, maybe. But then you kind of focus on it. And you can see where there's, every so often, there's two lines in the ground that it looks almost like drag marks. Almost like if somebody was like being carried and then their feet hit the ground while they were being carried or dragged away. They look to be more of a medium-sized, not a small.
When I see that, I'm going to stop and stoop down and take a closer look.
Okay.
That's strange.
And then that's when you find the real giveaway, kind of buried in some of the trampled grass, is you find what appears to be a hair ribbon.
A hair ribbon?
Yep, looks like, it's long, red and white kind of plaid pattern. But it looks like the ribbon that you would tie your hair back into like a ponytail or a bun or something.
I'll pull it out.
Laying on the ground.
Brush it off. And I'll hold it up. I think we're on the right track.
gonna have to save this girl.
It seems strange to me that goblins are taken prisoners. This is not something that normally happens. But again...
Can we tell how old these tracks are?
These ones specifically that you're looking at,
Yeah.
probably these ones specifically look like they're about a week and a half. No, probably 2 weeks old now.
Much older.
She's probably dead. We don't need to.
So
She might
it's
be dead.
so going back and judging by the other deaths, like the other like bodies and stuff that you have found, and like the age of the death, like especially on the two men that you found, it looks like she was probably dragged off the next day after they were killed.
So she's been gone a while. Now these tracks, they head up to the mountain as well.
These ones and all of the goblins all head in the same general area, which is further back into the hills, and that you can see as on the horizon. You can see kind of the rocky start to the what you know is the mountains that are down to the south.
Is everyone in?
So Emrys knows because she traveled past this sort of not this specific area, but close by, maybe 20 miles west. That if you keep going the way that you're going to the south, you will see more of the mountains in the front, but then behind them is a much larger mountain that kind of dominates the region.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks like they were headed the tracks are headed that direction.
And you said there are many tracks?
It doesn't. That's the thing, is like you can't get a good amount on the, like there's a lot of tracks, but there's a lot coming, there's a lot going. They're not all the same age, but they're trampled over each other. So it's very hard to get a good estimate of how many. You can tell there's probably, if you had to guess, in the tens, but definitely not in the hundreds, in the tens of tens.
Tens of tens.
Yeah, so just in the tens somewhere.
Tahani, as much as it pains me to say this, I don't think we're ready for that. Hear me out. These tracks are a week and a half old. They're already deep in the mountains, and they've got us outnumbered 10-1, almost. We were asked to come and investigate, see what happened. We've ended the immediate threat, and there's nobody left here. It's only 2 days back to the South Watchtower. I suggest we head back there, file our report, and if we end up being asked to go on and hit the mountains, it's only an extra few days. If this girl is still alive, at this point, she's being kept alive for a reason. If she's not already dead.
Yes, but maybe they're eating her slowly. Maybe we could stop that from happening.
If they're eating
could
her
always-
slowly, isn't she already dead?
Not necessarily. Like a piece at a time. And apparently
could-
looking for something. Maybe they're torturing.
We could sneak up, see if she's alive. If she's already gone, then we report back.
I think you're I think you're underestimating the distance that we would have to travel to get that information. Because Emrys, we're what? Are we a day, 2 days out from that mountain range?
Probably more.
I figure that they can send messages from the tower all the way back to New Vonhold for us. We can get better direction and maybe some help.
I don't go on rescue missions without proper information. Sorry. If you're gonna go, it's without me.
So what are you saying? So you want to go and get information? Or
I either want to go and report back, or we go and report back and we don't go back. They can take care of it. We did our job. This girl means nothing to me.
that's fair. If I honestly believe that if these tracks were as fresh as 4 hours ago, I'd probably be headlong into this. But with it being a week and a half out, a couple days ain't gonna hurt for a little bit more information. I'm not saying we're not going back. I'm just saying we should do it intelligently instead of rushing headlong into getting ourselves killed. We don't know what's up there. These goblins, they're organized. They are... If we're walking into a fortification, there's no way we're going to handle that on our own. No way. And who knows what this Brandon stuff has to do. Maybe there's some evil sorcerer living in the mountains that's got them all controlled like puppets. Who knows? I think we should go to the South Tower and make sure we do everything that we can to get them to do something.
What do you want to do, Connie?
I don't like waiting, but I recognize when we're outnumbered. Let's make haste to the watchtower.
I'll tell you what. Why don't we do this? We have a cart. How big's that cart that's in that shack there?
It is large. It looks like you probably carry 4 of you.
Well, look, if we take our horses and we tie them to that cart, we'd be able to ride all night and day in shifts. We could sleep in the cart to get there in shorter time.
That sounds good to me.
All right. Then let's get
That
ourselves
sounds like a better plan.
I agree. So let's all get ourselves hustled up and let's get back. Let's get this all hitched up and we can go.
Okay. So you know to do this, you're going to have to hitch your to the... And similar to you guys and how you're going do know that you're going to have to stop every, basically every shift change that you do and switch the horses out.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you just put the same pair of horses on them and make them... They will essentially die from exhaustion.
Right.
No.
Yep.
All
Okay.
right.
We are not.
You guys get on the road and head back.
I'll take first ride shift.
Okay. Go ahead and make... We'll go back to our lovely roadmap. Go ahead and make me a... While you're on first shift.
As one does.
Okay. Seems to go... so you guys are probably leaving about evening time to head out.
Is that
So it'll
around,
take
is that going to be around what time? I figure we'd probably be able to leave mid-afternoon, late afternoon.
You guys took time to explore the manor house. Took time to then... You guys then found the kids relatively quickly after that. But then from that point, exploring the rest of the area and exploring and going through the orchards as kind of detailed as you did along the full length of it, probably took you up until very late afternoon. Then you have to go back, get the horses, get all get ready. So yeah, early evening is when you set out.
All right.
All right, so early evening. Yep, first watch goes by pretty uneventfully. You start driving through the first sort of section of darkness, essentially. So it's probably good that you're stopping, because it's getting to the point where you really can't see anything. So who would you like to give second go to?
Who wants next?
I can go next.
I'll stay up with you.
All right.
All right. I'm going to climb into the back of the cart. And I'm going to reflect on the day's events.
Okay.
ask some questions in my own head, go to sleep, hoping that tomorrow will bring me some answers.
Okay. So you go to sleep. Tahani and Raspin can go ahead and make some perception rolls while they are taking their shift. Okay. Raspin, I believe you have low light vision.
Yes.
Not dark vision, but low light vision. Yes, okay. So you can see relatively close to the cart. Because, there is a little bit of cloud cover to the night sky. You guys are kind of out in the open area, so there is some moonlight and stuff, so you can see a little bit further than just, what a normal human could see. Tahani, though, has dark vision and can further than that.
What are your thoughts on the day's events?
Well, you can't say it was boring.
That you can't.
So your guys' watch goes by. Nothing out of the ordinary happens.
All right, who's on third?
I can take third.
Okay. Well, about your third shift is that it is pitch black outside, and you are human and can't really see, but then maybe.
Can we light some torches for him?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys would like to light a torch for him and have it on the cart, yes.
Let's do that.
You can do that, which lets him see 20 feet in front of the cart, and then another kind of shadowy 20 feet.
Let's do that.
Okay. Then, go ahead and make your perception roll.
Beautiful night.
Nivi Rombodazzle must be following. Willick, who is essentially just staring straight ahead the entire time, trying with all of his, good intentions to make sure that the horses don't trip on anything. You guys are going the same direction and not veering off or anything like that. Doesn't really pay attention to anything else at all. And then the end of his watch comes. Okay, so
Say it all worked out.
yep. So you switch off with Emrys. You get to go back to sleep, and Emrys wakes up and takes over.
Yep.
Do you snuff out the torch because you don't really need it?
Yes.
So
Darkness is my
Emrys-
friend.
Emrys snuffs the torch. And go ahead and make your perception roll as you travel. Okay. So it's getting to be towards where daylight should be coming soon. You're just traveling along with the horses and the carts and stuff. And then you notice that some of the horses that you guys have multiple horses. You guys have, there's 5 of you, so you have 5 horses. Only 2 need to be pulling the cart at one time, so the other ones are just kind of tied to the back, kind of, so just walking along with the cart as it moves. You notice that the horses behind you start to get agitated
Okay.
a little bit, and just as you start to notice this, something slams into you and knocks you clear off the cart
What the heck?
and onto the ground.
I had heavy shit on.
Would we hear that impact?
We're gonna get there. All right, let's see here. First, we need a cart. Oh, this one will do.
It's time to bigitize the cart.
Yeah, the horse is not that big.
That's
And
sturdy.
there's not a person in it, but whatever.
That's a sturdy boy.
Oh god, this is terrible. Alright, we're just gonna move this guy to Applet. There we go. That's better. Crunch. All right. So, the four of you that are currently sleeping can make perception rolls.
That's a lion.
Well, all right. Let's see. What do we get for perception? Okay, Rowan and Raspin. You guys wake up in the middle of the. It's still nighttime out. It's still dark out. So the torch has been snuffed. You notice. So Raspin, or I mean, Rowan. You actually really can't see much of anything immediately outside the cart. But you definitely heard a loud bang, kind of off to the side. Raspin, you can see, with your low light, that you heard the bang, sat upright, looked off to the side where you heard the noise come from, and there is Emrys laying on the ground with a giant cat, essentially, pinning her to the ground.
Sweet.
And then you look off to your right, and you see another one.
God damn it.
Getting curling down and getting ready to pounce.
This is what happens when we travel at night, okay? All for some bitch we don't even know is alive.
Okay, and we can go ahead and roll initiatives. So, Emrys, you did not take damage, however, you were prone and underneath of this line.
Yeah.
More like this. Okay.
My initiative reflects that.
Yep. Alright, so Rowan got an 8. Just got a 5. Tahani got a 13. Spin got Willix out of 15. Okay. So up first is going to be we're gonna skip Willick, we're gonna skip Tahani because they are still asleep. Nothing else has happened yet. Raspin.
So I see Emrys on the ground under a cat and scream. And then look and see the other one and scream.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will cast light on my dagger so that people can see. And that's way too big for me, Tahani. Tahani.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Oh, it's not sunrise.
Cat.
Yeah, so Tahani definitely just gets rudely awoken. We're gonna put you just behind. We're just gonna change your
Okay.
Raspin here. So yeah, Raspin's like, hey, get up, and you sit up kind of groggily, like it's not daylight yet.
Cat. Big cat.
And then you can see with your dark vision that there is currently a very large cat pitting Emrys to the ground, and then there's another one on the other side of the cart. Looks like it's getting ready to jump at you.
I get up and I go help the one that's pinning Emrys.
You can go help the lion?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
you
like,
help
go
the cat.
help Emrys.
She's coming over and she's.
It's okay, kitty.
We know whose side
Do
she's
not
really
eat my
on.
friend.
Okay. So you go over and you move over to the cat.
What are you doing?
Can I punch the lion?
Are you gonna try to get it off of her? Are you gonna punch
Yeah,
her?
you can make a strike at the one.
Yeah,
Make an
an
unarmed
armed
attack.
attack.
It's just
Punching a lion.
wait.
Only
So are you
in
punching it or are you
Pathfinder.
trying to get it off?
Aren't they both the same thing?
I don't believe so.
So I mean, she can't she could try to join the grapple and try to maybe grapple the lion off of Emrys. Then she would also be grappling with the lion, or she could just try to punch the lion. And
I'm just gonna punch a lion.
Okay.
okay, All right. So you hit the lion, right in the side. You just give it a square, solid punch and do some damage. All right.
Things I did
Willick.
not think we would be doing today.
Make me another perception roll.
Wake up, you lunk!
Minimize it so I can see the screen and then it doesn't like to reopen.
All right. So Willick, you wake up. There's some screaming going on, but that's not really what actually woke you out of your sleep. You're used to screaming while you're sleeping. It happened all the time in the slave pits.
It's a lullaby.
But what really got you was this weird, sort of pained growl that happened just off the cart to your left. But when you wake up, it is currently dark outside, and you can't really see much other than immediately what's in the cart around you. So you can't actually see the lions. You just... Oh, wait, no. Raspin cast light. You can see the lions.
Is the one still on
Yeah, on Emrys, yes. The one is still on Emrys.
Can I leap onto it?
Can you leap onto it?
Is it close enough?
No. That DC to get to there is actually quite high. Where you are. Yeah.
Or anything? Can I move there and tackle it?
You could
Spear!
jump. You could jump off and Superman punch it in the ass. Come down if you want.
All right, that sounds awesome.
Okay. Superman punching a cat in the butt.
It'd be like that scene in Conan, only with a cat's ass.
Yep. Well, you hit it square in the ass. Enough force to kind of, it is actually standing there and holding her down. Ass is struck
Get off
down
our goblin smasher!
for a fair amount of damage. It again lets out this weird sort of growl, yelp in pain. Okay. That is gonna bring us to Cat's goes. Alright. So, Cat that has Emrys is actually now going to just going to swap 180. So it's not really holding Emrys down anymore. It just swings around and takes a swipe at Willick. And then tries to bite him. So swipe will miss. The bite
I
does
got lion
hit.
balls in my face.
You do have lion balls in your face. Actually, you probably don't have lion balls in your face because these female
Females.
lions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, there's
Females
not.
do the hunting.
Yeah, I know that, but you picked the wrong.
That's just the lion that popped up. All right. So Willick, you take 4 points of piercing damage from it biting into your arm, kind of shaking you a little bit before letting you go.
Time for me to punch the other end.
And the other lion. Well, there's one person left in the cart. On this side, that also happens to have the light source. So, Raspin, the lion that is off the side, makes a pounce at you.
Good.
And actually jumps onto the cart with you. Your armor class is a 15?
It is a 15.
Alright, so that... Alright. So you take 3 points of damage. As it bites into you. And then
Okay.
the grapple actually fails. So it does not, pin you beneath it, but it's still, hovering right over top of you, kind of. You're kind of squished against the inside of the cart after it bites you. And it's hanging, half on the cart, half out, trying to bite at you. Yep. Okay. That's going to bring us to Rowan.
I will wake up, and I will pull out my bow, and I will wipe the sleep from my eyes. draw the bow, and I'll look, and I'll take a shot because it's right there. And I didn't get it all.
You're going like this, and then you're like, oh shit, I let go too early.
Yeah.
Right into the cart floor.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I will hop up off the cot.
Okay. If you hop off and move, the lion will get an attack of opportunity against you.
Oh.
Because you are moving out of a square that it does threaten the square that you're in.
Unless I move, just hop off, and then I'm okay.
Yep.
That's,
You can just hop off, but that's all you can do.
That's what we'll do.
Yep. Okay.
Did you just leave him in the cart?
I mean, I can still attack.
Emrys,
Yeah.
Not
it's your
much
turn.
I'm
You're
gonna
currently
be
laying
able to
underneath the
do
wall.
to help him with my hands.
That apparently knocked you off. This giant cat that knocks you off the cart.
Is there any way I can just like tuck and roll?
So yeah,
Like, out of there?
you can just like roll out from underneath it. That's fine. You can just it's just an acro. It's really low DC to just roll out from underneath it and then stand up.
Okay. Oh, I did not do that. I didn't do it. This is really
You're
heavy armor.
Just slam back and forth between the legs. Like, why can't I get? You can make an attack while laying prone. There's a minus to it.
With what though? Like, what is like?
I mean, you have your hammer with you. You can just like.
Yeah, but it seems so
Upwards.
awkward.
Oh, it is definitely awkward, and that's why you get a negative attack. But you can at least try something.
I'll try. I want to get it
Okay.
off.
Okay. Nope.
I didn't think so.
It's just there's not enough room to maneuver down here. But hey, it's not pinned. You're not pinned right now, so that's something. All right. Back to the top with Raspin, who is staring this lion right in the face.
Panic stab.
Okay. Well, you hit for 2 points of damage. Didn't confirm the crit, but you definitely stabbed it.
And then stumble backwards. Where'd I go?
You're underneath it. There you
Oh,
go.
underneath it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just move now.
Yeah.
Again, if you move more than 5 feet, you'll take an attack of opportunity. You can at least get 5 feet away from it now.
Yep.
Or, yep, you can get right there, so you're not directly beneath it.
Yep. Panic stab. Stumble backwards.
Yep. Okay. Tahani, you're up next.
I will Fury of Blows this line.
Okay. So both hit, and the line kind of gets like hit. The impact hit it. It kind of shudders a little bit, lets out this awkward, terrible roared sigh thing, and kind of slumps over onto the ground. And you definitely could tell you definitely broke some ribs when you just punched it twice. All right. Would you like to move or just flurry it?
Can I?
I guess you can only move 5 feet. You flurry, so.
All right. I will move back towards the cart then.
Okay. Willick.
I'm going to face punch the one that's on me.
It's dead.
Yeah, the one that this one is currently gone. It's dead.
Okay.
So there's the other one. Is just back up on the cart, or you're gonna have to walk around the cart to get to it.
5 feet.
But
And you
that,
can-
he would have to climb back up onto the cart. So I mean, he could. He just has to make a
I mean,
climb
I'm
check,
a
which
tall
actually
Should I hit it from the
Hmm.
ground? I get rid of
from where you're at, no, because like Raspin's directly in the way. So you can either go around, or you can try to climb up onto the cart as an action. You just have to make a climb check, which for you is actually not that bad, considering you're super fucking strong. And that's what climb is based off of.
I think I'll do the climb.
Okay. Go ahead to roll your climb check. Yeah, see? No problems. No problems. Just like lumbers up onto the cart. Now you can go ahead and make your I guess you're punching still. You haven't really taken out. Are you taking out your hammer? Or you just continue to punch.
You will take out my hammer.
Okay, so just go ahead and roll and you hit for 11 points of damage. You catch it right square on the side of the head.
Smash.
See it like lets out this roar and shakes its head a little bit. Its go. It will now attempt to bite at Willick. And miss. And a claw attacks. Miss. Okay, so one hit. Alright. Willick, you take 3 points of slashing damage. That will then bring us to Rowan.
Can I can hit with an arrow from here?
You'll have to step like this 5 feet, but then yeah. Or there 5 feet. Either way is fine.
Just move there and take my shot.
Okay.
Huzzah!
Well, you hit it for 2. Got it. Alright. Emrys. There's no longer a lion standing over you.
Sorry. I get up.
Okay. Get up. You can see that there's one over here. Half on the
Okay.
cart, half off. Let's see. Yeah, you're not gonna be able to move around to it. You might be able to like. I'll tell you. I'll let you move here and make an attack at. You have a longer reach weapon, kind of swinging over at it. That way, you're just
Really
gonna.
big hammer.
It's gonna get partial cover. That's all. Mostly because of the horse.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. Nope. Just a little too awkward of a swing. Okay. Raspin. Continue to panic stab.
Yeah, probably.
Nope, not this time.
So panic stab and then stumble backwards and fall off the cart.
Okay. Tahani.
I'm gonna like move forward and push Raspin behind me,
Okay.
and then leap onto the cart and
Okay.
attack.
So just make me an acrobatics check to kind of as you push Raspin back behind you, use him off, push up on, like, kind of launch yourself onto the cart, but just make an acrobatics check. Yep. You just land right on the cart. Raspin
And-
stumbles forward a little bit, so he'll act.
Yep. Unarmed. Fury blows. Fury blows.
You can't flurry because you did.
It's a full-
yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a
Then
full round.
unarmed.
Thing.
Misses. Just goes a little bit over the top of the lion's head, but you're there. Willick.
Gonna swing again.
Okay. Thunk, crack, and slips over. Hooray! Yes, push the lion off the cart.
Wow. I did not expect lions at this time of day.
Good morning, everyone.
Mhm.
I'm bleeding. Someone help.
I will channel positive energy.
Okay.
This was a mistake.
1. But it's enough to stop bleeding, so. Yeah. Everybody gets back a hit point.
All right.
Alright, yeah.
How much farther are we from the?
You know, you got a couple hours to go. You know, daylight is now starting, so your last couple hours will be in daylight. You know that you're going to reach it there, so at this point, you guys don't really need to go back to sleep. You're just going to be very tired by the time you get to
That's
there.
fine.
But functional enough to at least be able to communicate with them. I like that.
That's all right.
So we'll get there, we'll find out what's going on, and then
Yep.
hopefully crash.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you guys roll up to the southern tower. You know, somebody again. There is what's his name? Remember, which is terrible.
Oh,
Polton. Polton is downstairs waiting for you guys this time. Guys look a little haggard.
Polden, I tell you, we have seen some things. We really need to get upstairs and have a conversation with Sergeant Vandrin that we got a report to file.
Okay, let's get you inside then. I'll have to unhook the card here a little bit first, but I can take care of that. You guys just go right in.
Much obliged.
Yep. So you guys go in, follow the familiar stairs, go in, the kitchen area. Vandrin is there. Looks like he's probably finishing breakfast. Just like, oh, good morning, friends. You look a little worse for wear. Please come in and get you some food and some water. You know. So,
Sergeant, I appreciate it, but listen, we really need to have a conversation about what happened down there at that Leviton orchard. We saw some things which, truthfully, just aren't right. And it's really high time that we make sure we get word back to Sergeant Filler. And I thought maybe you, of all people, and perhaps perhaps if your wizard friend is up to the task, if he's not quite so stunted from our last encounter, I hope he might be able to send some word over right quickly.
sure. Yeah. So, what happened? What did you find?
The Levitons was slaughtered.
Slaughtered.
We found a roving pack of goblins, but not roving. There's something different about these ones. They was organized. They all had a strange brand, and I'll kind of like draw it out on the table. And to make matters worse, it seemed like they were all just kind of celebrating in reverence to a being of living fire, which I would have thought of just the tallest of tales if I hadn't seen them all myself.
It's like, so like, the walking fire rumor is true.
Yeah.
There's a walking fire rumor?
Yeah, you guys knew that before going down. That the farm hands and stuff that had escaped the orchard, that had fled the orchard when the fire very first started.
Yeah.
And like started in the very back of the orchard and stuff. They ran, and they said that while they were out picking apples and stuff, they saw walking creatures of shadow and flame.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they described.
Now, Sergeant Vandern, again, I know this is a lot to take in, but there's one more piece which is very important. I did say in error that the Levitons were slaughtered. There's still one question mark. The eldest daughter seems to have been taken with force by the goblins into the mountains to the south of the orchard. We found her tracks, but they were about a week and a half old by the time we got there, and figured it was 2 days here, one night. We rode all night.
Okay. And he's just like, Ellis! Get down here now!
I'll look over at Tahani, and I'll smile and shrug.
So you guys hear, coming. You know, some scrambling around up in the floor above you, and then Ellis comes running down the stairs and kind of stops when he sees you all. What am I'm supposed to, so I apologize for my, and Vander just cuts him off and is just like, not now, Ellis, you do that later. We have some business to take care of. Are you ready to go for the day? Have you done all your prep? Yeah, I just finished. It's okay. Well, we're gonna need you to send some messages. So, you guys create a report to send over a couple of short, brief messages along with Vandrin to send to Sergeant Phila back at, yeah.
Mhm.
Blech. So you guys wait for the response, and the response is simply, "I'll be right there." And then with that, you guys were like, what does that exactly mean, be right there? Vandrin's like, oh. And he yells down to Polton, and he's like, Polton, make ready for a gateway. Polton's like, you hear Polton shout up the stairs? Really? And you hear stuff shuffling around. And, Draxus, who is upstairs with you guys, runs down to help Polton. You guys hear them moving things around and stuff. And then you hear, all clear, and then Ellis sends another quick message. You guys wait a couple minutes, and then there's this loud humming noise coming from downstairs. And then you guys see up the stairs a flash of light. And then a few moments later, there's footsteps coming up the stairs. And up the stairs comes Sergeant Phila, accompanied by Alon. The sort of the one that has the red uniform as opposed to the normal, comes up with Sergeant Phila. Well, looks like we have quite a bit we need to discuss and plan for. So, I understand that we need to do this in haste. However, it does look like you require some sustenance and maybe some medical assistance for a few of you. So we're going to get that taken care of, and then we'll get all this underway.
Well, I'm just glad y'all are moving to action so quickly. That's great. But I think that a rest is definitely due for us. This is some.
Sure. He's like, I understand you. We're gonna get some food in you, some coffee. We just need you to stay up. We just need you to hang with us for brief you, and we'll figure out a plan. Then we will. Also, you did what you were asked. So, some of you have settled up your debts, and some others of you are. We've come to also settle up ours, as he pats his coin pouch. But yeah. So please, if you feel like you need to go refreshed, please use the quarters upstairs. I'm sure Vandrin won't mind. And then I'll have the boys here make up some food for you, and then we'll get to it. And that is where we will end. So, you guys have made it back from the Leviton Orchard. Reported in. A little surprising for Phila and Alon to show up so quickly.
Alive, no doubt.
For some of you.
I thought for sure somebody was going to die tonight. For sure.
Yep. Oh no, you guys pulled it through actually quite quite admirably. There's a few times the white fight was a little scary, you know, and the goblins you guys got a couple of hits in. Really, taking out the goblins like one hit is the key to that not going terribly wrong for you.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if it takes multiple hits for each goblin, then it really turns into a slog. But yeah, overall pretty good. Pretty good.
We've got some wrecking
Smashed
balls.
some.
Yeah, you guys,
Yeah.
you guys smashed some things. You guys
Yeah.
deal a hefty amount of damage. I can say that.
We have some wrecking balls. I love it.
Yep.
I typed in chat, and I'm like, I just love it. Rolls 15 plus anytime to find tracks, loot, and clues. Rolls 2 to 5 whenever I need to attack. Sounds about right.
Yep. Skill monkey.
Skill
Perfect
monkey.
bard. Perfect bard.
Anyways. All right, so I guess you guys need to go for a meeting, so we'll do that. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. We are off next week because of the holidays, of course, but we will be back the first Wednesday after New Year's, which I think is the second, if my math is correct, or is it the first?
It's the second.
The
Yep.
second.
It is the second. Yep. So we'll be back
Yeah.
on the second.
Because the first would be agony. Cool. We'll all be rough. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in, and we will see you all in 2 weeks. Happy holidays, and thanks for showing up.